Hi you guys, here's just a real quick video. We're having some work done over at our house, and one of the guys, his wife, would like some rosemary from our rosemary tree. So I'm going to get some cuttings ready to propagate in water, and I'm using an old clean jar of water so he can transport it home. So I've just got some holes in the lid. I've got some nutrient. Apparently with rosemary it's not necessary, but I find it to be a little helpful. So I'm putting that into non-chlorinated water. Now let's go get us, using our handy dandy grafting kit, let's go get us some cuttings. So you may remember that rosemary, whoosh, gosh, bird. The birds are trying to kill me. Was all the way down here and grew all out here, but we're having this back deck put on the house, so we decided we needed to cut this rosemary back, and it's at least 20 or 30 years old. So rosemary, you want to use new growth, so you don't really want to use this hard woody stuff that's been around a long time. It doesn't tend to root very well. You want this nicer light colored bark like this, but not like that, right? Or twisty. This is an old tree, like I said, so it's got lots of knots and, you know, cracks. It's pretty old. So we're going to look at taking a few cuttings here, and we're going to root them up and see what they look like. So let's get started. Here's a piece that looks pretty good. It's got a little wonk in it, but it's younger wood. I can get about 10 inches, so I'm going to go ahead and cut that and set it aside, and now we're going to find about 5 more pieces. Alright, so on the growth, what we want to do is take about 3 or 4 inches off. Save that for another use. And make sure that we've got some of these little nodes on that. And then we're going to just take a little long slice out of the side of this and then put it in the jar with the nutrients in it. And I'll show you what I mean here. So the more of the branch that's available to take up water, the easier it will be for it to root. So we do want to scrape it down a little bit, but I do want to take a little bit more than just the bark off. Yeah, that looks good to me. And then we'll go ahead and put it in the water with the nutrients. And now I'm going to do that a bunch more times and then top off the water in here. And then keep this rosemary, of course, to cook with. And there we go. It's all ready to go home with them tomorrow. I'll just go ahead and top this up with some water, or you can see better this way, to make sure that the bottoms of these are all underneath that fluid with the nutrients, and that's why it's that color. But in a couple, 3 weeks, they should be able just to root these, or pull them out with roots on the end and put them in some really good potting soil. So there you go. That's how to root or propagate a rosemary.